cloister is a lovely place to live. If you're a moon-sized computational device that requires year-round sub-zero temperatures to avoid melting down.
Back, and you've brought Niles. Good.
Gotta say you had me worried. The message you sent sounded serious.
Then I composed it accurately. To the task at hand. We are standing before the tomb of the matriarch. Few are invited to tour its halls, and even fewer know of its greatest secret.
Protectorate's not exactly known for subtlety.
For any subject, visiting the matriarch and First Sovereign's resting place is the pinnacle of empty social achievement. But the tomb's corpses are its least important feature. The intelligence my friends risked all to acquire revealed a vault in its lowest level containing the matriarch's body of work, hidden from the public. Who knows what technologies the Protectorate is withholding? If the matriarch was the genius she's purported to be, the skip drive cannot be the entirety of her inventions. We'll certainly face more resistance inside, but rest assured, I'm prepared for the majority of the complications we might encounter. Whatever technological advancements may be sequestered here, the goal is almost certainly to keep the populace of Arcadia subservient to the pernicious whims of its governing body. But not for much longer. We are going to liberate any and all of the Matriarch's research, whatever it may be, and distribute it to the people. The time for considering risk is past. We cannot afford to be timid when battling giants. Besides, now I have 2 Earth Directorate agents to assist me. What could go wrong?
I can see a half-dozen points of failure, but bad odds ain't ever stopped us before.
Glad we're operating under the same understanding. We're unlikely to have another chance like this. We must follow through now that we've made the opening. Which also means, once inside, we cannot leave until it's done. Slim chance of that. I'll not assign a task to others that I'm unwilling to undertake myself.
Color me surprised.
They'll be taking up strategic positions to guard the entrance and watching for any stray Protectorate patrols. We'll move more swiftly in fewer numbers. After you.
Accompany Zebulon inside. We'll guard the entrance from here.
We should hurry inside before more guards arrive. Stay close and keep silent. The less attention we draw, the better. matriarch. There weren't supposed to be visitors today. That Sentinel and Docent are gonna put splinters in our plan if they're not dealt with.
You hang back here. The commander and I'll take care of this.
Gladly. I'll rejoin you once the path is clear.
Never again will we see her equal.
It has been 10 minutes. Perhaps you would like to view the rest of the exhibition hall?
The last Sentinel who received a tour boasted of spending 30 minutes in Lamentations. Do you think me incapable of matching his grief?
Not at all, Sentinel Willa. Please continue.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
For my next gift, I bestow upon you the pinnacle of automechanical design, far superior to all automechanicals that came before. The time once spent in numbing manual labor may now be spent in harmonious community with your neighbor, and in humble service to the Protectorate. May art and science flourish in these many hours, which I have returned to you.
Warning, power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction.
Let this accord between the Protectorate and the Order of the Ascendant mark the moment of Arcadia's true birth.
Beloved matriarch, you are nearer to perfection as anyone living could ever achieve. It will be the honor of the Order to serve as the Protectorate's scientific helpmeets.
All that I do for my subjects and their descendants. Gloria Arcadia!
Gloria Arcadia!
Gloria Arcadia! Gloria Arcadia! Gloria Arcadia!
is not intended for interactive presentations. Return to your display immediately.
Order disregarded. This unit serves only the matriarch.
You must be suffering a malfunction.
The matriarch perfected automechanical design. Therefore, it is impossible for this automechanical to malfunction. You are malfunctioning by suggesting this operation is in error.
Your logic is infallible, like the matriarch. Running self-diagnostic now.
Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to... This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received.
Our systems sublime, the best ever to be had.
Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inaction. Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed.
Sovereign provides. The
Gloria
system provides.
Arcadia. Gloria Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Warning. Power at 30%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Tapping, obstruction, rerouting, error. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Power at 30%. Power cell. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia.
Perfect society demands perfect laws.
Never more content, never more
Tapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Warning. Power at 30%. Power cell. Error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Partially depleted due to inertia.
All it took was some light
This
instruction and
presentation
a
will
restorative cocktail
continue
to
until
drain my
audience recognition
imperfections.
is received. Tapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed.
Questions are an addiction.
Hostiles near.
Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. This presentation
come to you.
Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been depleted due to inertia.
All handled. My turn. There should be a hidden entrance here.
Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia.
There. We can access the lower level now.
This presentation. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Passing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Presentation will continue until audience recognition is received. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia.
The security room that we need to reach is nearby. Should be able to disable that energy barrier from there.
Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia. Mapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed.
More ambulation, less aspiration.
Who goes? No one is allowed in here without the proper authorization. Ah, I see you have come armed. Intruders, then. I suppose you intend to extract my surrender through means most lurid and foul.
Damn, the head curator. I had hoped to slip in before his shift, but no matter. We cannot allow him to leave and raise the alarm. He must be dispatched, quickly.
How's that now?
Now hold on. I know we had to kill that fella with the Sentinel, but this man's unarmed. He's already surrendered.
I rather think that line has some blurry distinction.
How much of a fuss could this one fella cause, really? Come on, Zeb. No need to cut any bellies over maybes and ifs.
Please, if secrecy's your concern, you may rely upon me to be the utmost spirit of discretion. I have never betrayed a confidence in my life.
Allowing him to leave would be a grave error of mercy, one we can ill afford in this place.
If we start gunning down civilians, where does it end, Zeb? Ain't Arcadia covered in enough blood?
You need me to clear that moral obstruction for you? Fine. This man is an instrument of empire, perpetuating the tyrant's lies. And were our positions reversed, he would not hesitate to execute us, or worse, send us to mental refreshment.
I'm kin to the risks, Zeb.
Are you? Can you even fathom the indignity of having your every thought scrutinized and scored and made perfect? My sister was made into a shadow. I endured daily sessions with the lathe of particularity and still find myself policing my own mind for untoward proclivities and inclinations.
That's a stroke of brilliance, Commander. Wish I'd have thought of it.
Very well. I cannot deny the viability of that solution. Be glad there's softer hearts among us today.
You cannot leave me here! What if it's days until someone comes to free me?
Why, I'll suffocate!
Then you had best stifle your complaints and breathe slow. You and Niall should turn off the power to the security barrier and make your way to the vault. I'll remain here and guide you as best I can through the labyrinth. No turning back now.
1,000 curses upon you! No, wait, I didn't mean that. Please, let me go!
Gloria Arcadia! Gloria Arcadia!
Not now.
Can you not see how inhumane this is? You! No, wait, I didn't mean that. Please, let me go!
Until audience recognition is received.
No going back from here. Not until we've done what we came here to.
Hold! Don't set foot in that room. The schematics on this console indicate this place is defended by all manner of traps. One moment. Yes. It appears there are N-ray tripwires, invisible to the naked eye, that will electrify the floors if crossed. Move cautiously. And if you have any gadgets that might help, I suggest using them.
Has been partially depleted due to error. Tapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Warning. Power
Over here, Commander. Reckon I found something that might be useful later.
Power cell has been partially depleted due to this presentation will continue until audience recognition.
Have a look, Commander. With a little elbow grease and some inadvisable engineering, reckon I can finagle these components into a fine explosive gel. Who knows? Could come in handy. I hear what you're saying, Commander. And I'm touched by the concern, really. I let the past pin me down for too long. But I'm a lot more capable now than I was back on Horizon Point. Helps working alongside the finest Earth Directorate agent to ever grace Arcadia. You should know me well enough by now to know I wouldn't blow smoke about your skills. Let's keep on. I'll continue tinkering on this in the meantime, see what I can come up with.
Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Tapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. This presentation will continue until
In spite of
audience
substantial
recognition
efforts to
is
prolong
received.
his life, my father's condition continues to deteriorate, both physically and mentally. It has been difficult to observe. His latest effort would see him entombed within an automechanical body. I objected, of course, to my father becoming some chimera of machine and man, but was overruled. Now the Order informs me that, far from being a panacea, this attempt has exacted a toll on my father that is likely to finish what time and disease have already begun. I may soon be sovereign. And if that bears out, I will need to hide all of this. Burn all of my father's research into longevity. Seal his auto-mech body away at the factory. What grief I will inherit. What mess.
This presentation will continue until audience recognition is
You've made it through. Good. Now there should be 3 switches in this room. When pulled in the correct order, the doors should open. If I'm reading this right, the order is 1, 3, 2. But which switch corresponds to which number? Damn it. Why must the Protectorate abstract everything?
There must be a way to suss out which switch is which. Maybe if we could peep the wiring.
tapping obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell empty. Power cell has been partially depleted due to error. This presentation will continue until audience recognition Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed.
Right on the first try. Well, I'll not lament a stroke of good fortune.
Does that seem a little off to you, Commander? I think he's starting to worry me. That business with the curator. I'm glad Zeb stood down, but it was close. Never seen him so eager for bloodletting before. He's changed. Ain't sure for the better. Losing Audra couldn't have helped neither. Still wish we could have done more there. Well, no use stewing. We've still got a vault to break into and tyrannical government to topple.
Warning. Power at 13%. Power cell error. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia.
By my grandmother, I cannot abide the time this research into the rifts is taking. It has been years, and yet I am still absent my wife and daughter. I am still half whole. The researchers swear it's possible to bring them back from the void. Perhaps those are only pretty lies intended to pacify me, but I trust Dr. Hurley to tell me the truth. I know the Consul wishes me to give up this obsession and focus on the war effort, but why should I? Am I not sovereign of Arcadia? Should my desires not take priority?
Pathing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed.
That vault door is quite the obstruction. Fortunately, there should be a code. No. Fuck! They changed it recently. That shouldn't have happened until next week. I'm certain I can diagnose the issue. Now that you've cleared the way, I'll come down and join you.
I might have something else that can get you into that vault, Commander. Remember those components I found? I was able to turn them into something halfway useful after all. This gel should get us through that vault door. Imagine it'd be a long time coming if I was. You take the honors, Commander. I'll be right behind you.
Nice. I was hoping for a more subtle incursion, but no matter.
Am I running hot, or was that a hint of worry I heard in your voice back there?
Alas, I neglected to pack a thermometer. This terminal should allow me to retrieve all the information stored here. This cannot be right. There's nothing here save the designs for the skip drive. Not even initial concepts. 10 years in Arcadia and the Matriarch invented nothing? And what's this about a deal with the Earth Directorate? We need to talk. Now.
In times of darkness, we must hold our principles dear. I fear the longer this war continues, the further we stray from them. Every step we take must honor the Matriarch. I tell Henry this, but he is set in his ways. His notions regarding these rifts are sorely misguided. Why close them when we can use them to Arcadia's benefit? It matters not what the Order thinks, what the Doubters say. The Architect bestowed us with the power of skip drives so that we may secure a perfect future. We must act with haste. I only ever wished for Henry to embrace his role as the caretaker of Arcadia, the savior of us all. But if he has chosen a different path, I will do as I must. And I must not fail.
It's secrets all the way down with the Protectorate, ain't it? You're asking on account of what happened with the Curator, right? Years haven't been kind to Zeb, that's for sure. But I still believe he's trying to do the right thing. Right. That too. I'm not saying Zeb was right to suggest what he did, but you asked me if we could trust him. My answer is yes. And I'll do my utmost to keep that trust, don't you worry. I'm watching Zeb. If he starts acting squirrely, I'll step in. I'd have expected Zebulon to be a little more prepared going into this. Then again, he ain't Earth Directorate. Training's just not there. At least he had the good sense to call in the reserves. Shows he's starting to trust us, at least a little. Yeah, maybe. Not sure what to make of it all, really. Just glad we seem to be shifting in the same direction now.
I knew the Protectorate festered with lies, but I had no idea the Earth Directorate was complicit. Niles, did you know?
Slow up, Zeb. What are you talking about?
It says your agency struck an agreement with the Matriarch over a century ago. In exchange for skip drives, Arcadia was allowed to completely govern itself with absolutely no outside interference, including from the Earth Directorate.
Must be why the chief said we'd be on our own if we were caught. We were breaking the terms of this agreement. Unbelievable.
If this information is true, then the Earth Directorate permitted the Matriarch to create a colony filled with her vassals, enslaved to her will. Everything Arcadia is, all of the suffering that's taken place here, it all could have been avoided. Things could have been different. That's just another story those in power tell to keep the rest of us complacent. We need to put that tale to the torch, even if it means setting the whole system on fire. Don't you understand? Something has to change. Things cannot continue as they are, even if it means casualties.
Let's say you're right, Zeb. What comes next?
I confess, my plans for after are more nebulous. The problems of that time are for greater minds than mine to solve, but they should have that opportunity, and we can create it for them. The skip drive schematics are here. How the explosive safeguards against tampering work, its evolution over time. But no original concepts, no sketches, nothing. Our dear Matriarch is a fraud, a cheat. She did not invent the skip drive. There are messages here between her and the First Sovereign that all but confirm it. I thought I might find some technological innovation that could be handed to the Protectorate's enemies. But this is almost better. Precisely. By releasing this information, we can thoroughly crush the image the Protectorate has been built upon. The Sovereign will be revealed as the unclothed emperor he is, and demolish Arcadia's myth of superiority. If we administer truth to the people, their strength will return. Erstwhile, giving the skip drive designs to the Protectorate's enemies will even the fight. Their technological prowess will be made into nothing. Everything will come apart.
Downsides like how the skip drives are causing rifts? Yeah, I say that's worth a fret. Not to mention how this agreement with the Protectorate will completely destroy the Earth Directorate's reputation.
I was not aware of such a connection between rifts and the skip drives. But I have confidence the Order will figure out a solution. Science is their theater, after all. As for the Earth Directorate, don't you see? This frees them from any obligation to the Protectorate. They'll be able to manufacture skip drives themselves. The deal will be voided.
It's worth holding the Earth Directorate's feet to the fire for this deal, but I don't think the entire organization should be judged by its worst decision. It's done a lot of good, too. Plus, making the skip drive tech available, that's like throwing a lit match into a fuel converter. Can't think of a worse idea right now.
Do you think the Protectorate stand around debating the potential for injury? No. They act, and so must we. Damn the consequences. And should I refuse to leave empty-handed? What then?
Whoa. Put the brakes on, Commander. I'm sure Zeb can be reasoned with. I know you're aiming to do the most good for the most amount of people, Zeb, but sowing chaos ain't the way.
Do you know how many of my friends died so we could reach this point? Audra sacrificed herself. And you would have me what? Give up now on the cusp of victory? Lay bare my throat for the Protectorate machine to cut?
You remember what we argued about? The day before I left?
I've replayed it in my mind many times.
A lot's changed. But that hasn't. Life in Arcadia could be just like we dreamed it. But there's no future if you go through with this. Not for anyone.
Out of respect for my friend, I will forestall the release of this information and seek another avenue to help liberate the people of Arcadia. I'll remain here for a while longer to cover our tracks. The Protectorate will discover the break-in, but hopefully never learn more specifics of what we did and found.
Guess this is goodbye.
Only for now. If we both come out of this war intact, I'll find you. If you wish to be found, of course.
I want to talk it over with the commander, but... yeah, maybe we can work something out. What is it?
Whatever happens, please look after Niles.
Gloria Arcadia! Gloria Arcadia! Gloria Arcadia! Warning, power at 13%. Power cell has been partially depleted due to inertia.
A right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
Passing obstructed. Rerouting. Error. Reroute failed. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia. Gloria Arcadia.
A right shifty-looking individual, if you ask me.
This presentation will continue until audience recognition is received.
Zebulon just sent word of your success in reaching the vault.
Warning, power at 13%. Power
I will be eager to hear what secrets were found inside.
partially depleted due to inertia.
Don't even know where to start with everything that happened in there. At least we were able to talk Zeb out of his plan to release everything we uncovered. I'm all for sowing chaos in the Protectorate, but that kind of information is liable to do more harm than good in the wrong hands. I expect backroom dealing from unregulated corporations, not from the only agency keeping them in check. The Earth Directorate should be better than that. Right. And those stories don't tend to end well for the folks pressing blindly ahead, do they? Permission to speak candid, Commander. Yeah, suppose we've moved well past formalities. Strange as it sounds, this whole experience with Zeb has helped me finally understand the position Augustine was in. Back at Horizon Point, ain't easy having to decide between your allies and protecting untold innocence. I'm not saying what she did was forgivable, but I find myself wondering what would have happened if she'd lived. Isn't that the damnedest thing? I think she'd have done what she believed was the right thing, up to the last. Whether that ultimately led her to redemption or perdition, who can say? Suppose it's all a moot point now. Reckon time will decide the heroes from villains in this tale, but it's gonna be hard to forgive the Earth Directorate for arranging the stage like this in the first place. Deep down, I'm still convinced the galaxy is better with the Earth Directorate in it, flawed as it is. But what happened with Arcadia can never be allowed to happen again. Something has to change within the Directorate, and I think we're best positioned to see that reformation through. All said, I appreciate you giving me the space to work through this. Sort of feels like the future's opening back up after a long time closed. Figured that for a given. Let's get back to it before I say more and embarrass myself outright.
Did you need something? May all our...
Once we find Virgil, he and I shall unravel what occurred with the Supreme Arbiter.
It's silent as a tomb. I hope we aren't too late. If Virgil's not about, he's like to be in the training grounds depths. There's a lift that will take us lower, located behind a door next to those stairs.
Tristan! It's a relief to see a friendly face. Do come up.
Step lively, Commander. Anything could try. Virgil! Oh, thank the architect I found you intact. We visited the Supreme Arbiter's office in Central Control and found something impossible.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of what you've uncovered? Fine. If you're still so thick-skulled, Tristan, then I can see I've no choice but to confess. Hold. Do you hear movement?
Attention, Arbiter Virgil Montag. Under the jurisdiction of the Council, we stand to bring you low. Do not resist.
Damnation. I knew the Sentinels were looking for me, but I did not expect they would come to this place. We have no choice but to fight. I can operate our turrets from this location, but you must engage the Sentinels head-on to prevent our being overwhelmed. Go now.
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die.
Restoring the balance!
Aborting search.
I shall not stay your execution! Still guarding peace!
You are...
Virgil! Oh.
Impossible? Why is it impossible? So that you may claim ignorance as to the truth of... Fine. If you're still so...
Attention,
Damnation! We have no...
Arbiter Montag, lay down your arms. Surrender and die.
My thanks and my hammer.
Those fools were but an expeditionary force. I've no doubt the bulk of their number remains on the surface. I shall take an alternate path to prepare a surprise for our would-be assailants. Then I shall flank them as you engage them.
Hold. You were beginning to say something before we were ambushed. I would care to hear it.
We cannot have this conversation until we are safe. Engage those on the surface and I shall join you. Go now.
Content. Never more content. I've eyes on Arcadia, never to be outshone. Our colony, Arcadia, our home.
That's somebody. Back to it.
Huh? Some phantom of the mind. All it took was some light instruction and a restorative cocktail to abrade my imperfections.
Quick once over. There! Found you! Hold fast. Botheration silenced.
Our system is the best anyone has ever had. Perfection is perfect. Our paradigm is ironclad. The sovereign provides, the system abides.
Sovereign provides. The system.
Reporting is so neighborly, suspicion rightly so. This paradigm we serve.
What?
A perfect society demands perfect thoughts. Imperfection is impossible when the mind is a thing of symmetry.
Switch down. We arbiters shall grant you it.
Changing magazine efficiently and in short order.
Ostensibly, I'm...
You have my thanks and my hammer.
Resuming
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Council is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. Do you sincerely have a need for me to spell it out before you'll face the truth? Very well then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
I don't believe this. The Council must have captured you and sent you to mental refreshment. It's the only...
Open your eyes, Rao. Those Sentinels were here with due cause. The elimination of a murderer. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Council. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments? Had I not been so overcome with emotion, I would have been thorough enough to delete that. It matters no longer.
No. You lied to me?
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath? You're right. You're right. I can't let emotion get the better of me. I've completed my share of executions beside you. In each circumstance, you convinced me to reinforce my duty. I shall make no exception here. Though it pains me that I must do the same to my sworn brother, we do what is necessary for the Protectorate. But I do. This issue is between me and Virgil. He is a traitor to the Protectorate. Perhaps the worst I've ever encountered. Arbiter Virgil Montag, I accuse you of the murder of the Supreme Arbiter and of conspiracy against the Protectorate. I find you guilty of all counts. Prepare for absolution.
This won't bring you peace, my sworn brother. The thought...
Thinking
Artifacts ready.
Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Council...
You already know whether you're willing to admit... Very well, then. Tristan, you stand before the murderer of the Supreme Arbiter.
I don't believe...
Open your eye! The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore wit? I did what I thought was just.
No.
I had to. I knew that if you learned what had transpired, why I did what I did, it would destroy you.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath?
With the demands this war has made on us all, I've not seen our mentor for some time. My visit was meant to be a surprise. Unfortunately, it was. I overheard her decision to align herself with the Consul before she realized I was there. This admission... I had no choice but to act.
But there was a choice. Why didn't you come to me? Together we could have come up with... something. Some other course of action.
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith. No. Sentinel Peralt's remarks were the first I'd heard of any secret room. I feared what you might learn there, so I scrambled to find an agent who might locate the room before you. I only had one contact who I knew may be able to do the job. Unfortunately, it seems you found him before he could complete his task. Would that he had. I had no wish to cause his death through my impetuousness. That is news to me. A junior arbiter judging Tristan. I can't imagine you let that stand.
Her breach of rank was much too severe to overlook. Do not believe this line of questioning shall distract me from my duty. No. I can, if the situation was truly as he claims, understand his initial decision. Perhaps I even sympathize. Just a little. But playing false with me, that's another matter entirely, and the matter of justice remains. You're right. I've completed my share of though it pains me that I must do the same to my sworn brother. We do what is necessary for the Protectorate. Good. This will Arbiter
This won't...
Those will be the fun...
Not friendly life form detected.
Commander! Stop dying!
Emergency protocol syringes primed.
Our commander has... My injuries are not superficial. Virgil, enough! Our being at odds with the Consul is one thing, but that was a small army! What have you done?
You already know whether you're willing to admit it or not. You sincerely have a need for me to... Very well then. Tristan?
I don't...
Open your eyes. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul.
No.
I had to.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from my wrath? We've no proof anyone was a traitor. And even if we had, it should still have been formally presented to Protectorate High Command.
It would be one Arbiter's word against the Supreme Arbiter and the Consul. Insubordination at that level would have seen me executed.
The truth would have come out, one way or another. There are other leaders. Vigilance could have looked into the matter.
Well, don't be a fool. The Vigilance could not even be bothered to stand against him as he wrested more and more power for himself. No. I had to take matters into my own hands. With the demands this war has... Unfortunate.
But there was...
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith.
No. But playing false with me, that's enough. My injuries are not superficial. Virgil, enough!
You already... Very well then. Tristan?
I don't...
Open your eyes. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. I did what I thought.
No.
I had to.
Would it? Or were you...
With the demand, unfortunately.
But there...
Because I didn't want you to know. No. I feared. Unfortunately, it seems you found him before he could complete. That is news to me.
Her breach of rank was much too severe to overlook. Do not believe this line of questioning shall distract me from my duty.
How dare you! I would have rather done anything else. But the explicit reason that I had to act was out of my loyalty. The Supreme Arbiter did more than mentor us. And I killed her. As a traitor.
It doesn't matter how difficult it was. It was a criminal act. You're right. I've completed my share of execution, though it pains me that I must do the same to my sworn brother. We do what is necessary, but I do. This issue is between me and Virgil. He is a traitor to the Protectorate. So be it. I notified you when we first traveled together that above all else, I would Arbiter Virgil.
This won't...
Those will...
Emergency protocols ready.
I am loath to admit I require medical assistance. Virgil, enough!
You already... Very well, then.
I don't...
Open your eye. The Supreme Arbiter was planning to send a message in her final moments, pledging allegiance to the Consul. Who do you think bore witness to those final moments? Had I not been...
No.
I had to.
Would it? Or were you just trying to save yourself from...
With the demands, unfortunately.
But there was a...
Because I didn't want you to know. I never wanted you to learn the truth because I feared you'd lose your faith. No. Unfortunately, it seems you found him before he could complete his...
Her breach of rank was much too severe to overlook. Do not believe this line of questioning shall distract me from my duty. Discovering someone dear to be a traitor is painful. But we must act in the Protectorate's best interest. And bypassing the chain of command is a dangerous precedent. And lying to a fellow Arbiter, beyond unacceptable. You're right. I've completed my share of though it pains me that I must do the same to my sworn brother. We do what is necessary for the but I do. This issue is between me and Virgil. He is a traitor to the Protectorate. Arbiter Virgil Montag. I accuse you of the murder of the Supreme Arbiter and of conspiracy against the Protectorate. I find you guilty of all counts. Prepare for absolution.
This won't bring you peace, my sworn brother. The thought of standing against you fills me with 1,000 agonies. But I am honor-bound to defend myself.
Those will be the final words out of your traitorous maw.
Emergency protocols ready.
To Hercules! Didn't mean to assault this There. Justice is served. I did what had to be done. I did. Yes, mostly. I never expected this to be something I would need to do. So I must be stronger than my expectations. I need some time to myself, to think about everything that just happened. Let us converse later.
Commander, I've had some time to process what transpired with Virgil. It was intensely difficult in the moment, but bringing him low was the right decision. I could not allow him to maraud about Arcadia after what he did. Clemency and understanding breed only perfidy and death. I see now why Arcadia was so easily invaded. The Protectorate has grown soft. No exception may be granted to our laws. You seem to think you're talking to a doddering child rather than an arbiter. Be it a friend, or neighbor, or sworn brother, I shall stomp out traitorism wherever it lies. My feelings on the matter are less than inconsequential. Someone in the Protectorate overlooked warning signs with each person I executed. Each wrought untold damage before I encountered them. Virgil, a traitor. The Supreme Arbiter, a traitor. Betrayal from everyone I've ever... This cannot ever be allowed to happen again. I will not allow it. Allowing criminals to flourish begets infinitely more inhumanity than adhering to the Protectorate's laws. Arcadia shall no longer be host to anyone who would harm the Protectorate, from within or without. I shall redouble this as my life's mission. Together, you and I shall rid Arcadia of anything that might fly in the face of Protectorate law. I shall adhere to it more strictly than ever before. Inez's grafts are unthinkable. Simply to get ahead, Auntie's choice expected her to permanently manifest a raptidon limb? A crabble claw? Sovereign's mercy. It appears she lives a life of constant self-maintenance, lest her grafts break down. Not to mention the discomfiture and pain of bearing a foreign edition. Not that it bothers me. She is an enemy of the Protectorate, after all. We would never afflict one of our own with such a fate.
business. Vitals are in the red, Commander. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
My aftermarket parts are prime.
Standing by to stupefy. Do try to limit. I would not refuse medical support.
Happy to help. Discreetly. Let's get you healed. Someone call for a medic.
torpification. Proceeding to attack. Torpification in progress. Taking the fight out of it.
Recharging as fast as I can, Commander!
Arcadia, never to be outshone. Our colony.
This position to fall.
Boy, damn these monsters! And these cowards won't even fight us face to face. We need to withdraw. I mean, strategically locate.
Come on, man.
Please! Thank you, dear.
Disruptive influences!
Trouble ahead.
By law, you've done it. I cannot lie. My math placed the odds of your survival at 0.00343%. But your reputation indicates that you reliably beat the odds. So why am I surprised? Unfortunately, I am limited in forms of compensation. However, I've refined the schematics so they may be constructed with your own rudimentary tools. I trust that you will find wonderful methods of deployment that will manipulate every equation to your favor. Thank you again, my friend. Your contribution...
Suspicious data.
If you need a house call. Anyone else? Here, a medic? Back in business.
Cover me up. It would improve your odds.
Looking a little woozy there, Commander. Hey, get me go-getting again. Back in business. Thank you, dear. Out of sight and on the way. To the rescue. Sight unseen.
Torpificator at ready status.
Anyone else? Here, a medic?
They're benumbed, mitigating the threat.
Back in business.
Currently performing the tasks of 6 subjects. Active job queue maximum exceeded.